I remember I went up to Teddy Riley's studio. Well, he was working out of studio in New York City, and this is when I was going back and forth every so often to see him. And he even offered me a job. He called me up one day and he said, "I want you to work for me." And I said, "Well, okay, what am I going to be doing?" He says, "I just want you to come and sit in the lobby or come in the studio and sit there from 6 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning." And I go, "And what am I doing all that time?" He says, "All you're doing is if anything goes down, you make it work. So you're just on call for 12 hours." And I thought about it and I go, I don't want to do it. I I don't want the pressure. And I also, those hours were crazy. But I'm drifting off of what I wanted to talk about. And that was when I was seeing Teddy, I told him that you really need to back up your hard drives. And he had a 600 megabyte hard drive. And back then, 600 meg was a huge, huge hard drive. And he said, "Well, I have all the sounds that I use for everything I'm doing on this 600 meg hard drive." And he said, "But I have no way to back it up." He said, "What if I gave it to you? You take it with you, back it up, and then bring the backup with me." And I said, "Okay, I'll do it." So he gave me a 600 meg hard drive. I took it back to Philadelphia and I backed it up. And I was talking to Jazzy Jeff, and Jeff was so excited that I had that drive. He says, "Oh man, I want to hear all the sounds that are on there." And me and him sat down and we listened to all these sounds, and there was nothing special. It was all run of the mill, normal sounds, snares, kicks, things like that. But the thing that we learned is it has nothing to do with the sounds that you have. It has everything to do with what you do with the sounds. And Teddy Riley is a genius with what he can do with, he had that, the swing thing, that the New Jack swing thing that he came up with. So he would take these sounds that didn't sound like much and make a big, big deal out of them. And that was me and Jeff were looking at each other and go, wow, it's him. It's not these sounds. So that was kind of an interesting story.